We're having way too much fun. Damn it. So hand drop is done.
That was the hand drop.
That was the hand drop. All right, Super Fran, come on up here, sweetie. Yeah, we're probably gonna have your ass sitting down, knowing how fast you bail on me last time.
Yes.
Have a seat.
This time I don't need to end up on the floor.
That's probably good. Okay. Let's go. You're gonna have to get a little bit more stern on your asses. March now. Move your ass, move your ass. All right. The next induction we're going to play with comes in 3 varieties. It's called the handshake. This is the one that is probably the most popular on YouTube, besides the zap, where we just zap people and put them in induction. The handshake interrupt and that's actually what it's called, is based on a concept known as pattern interruption. It's based on the idea that everything that human beings do is a program. It has a sequence. If we interrupt the sequence, the nervous system has to reboot. If we interrupt the sequence, the nervous system doesn't know what to do. It goes into confusion. The handshake is, because it's such a part of most cultures, literally if I put my hand out, see what she does? Look, you look at your hand, look at your hand. That's right. As you look at your hand, notice the shifting colors. Notice how it begins to move in and out of focus. I'm not going to ask that hand to float down on its own any faster than you can go deeper and deeper into a wonderful state of trance. That's right. Deeper and deeper with every breath. Every beat of your heart. 1, 2, 3, eye open, wide awake. Notice how good you feel. Now, shake. Look at your hands. That's right. All the way down, deeper and deeper and deeper still. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. Nice to meet you. Close your eyes, deeper and deeper, all the way down. Deeper and deeper. Even as she laughs, she's going deeper and deeper. It just feels better and better, right? 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. Now, why did I just do that? Because when you extend your hand, look at them, sleep, look at your hand, all the way down, deeper and deeper. You can just stay there. Another thing you can do is, as he goes to shake his hand, you can just kind of look at here, look at your hand, look at the shifting colors in your hand as that close your eyes all the way down. Deeper and deeper and deeper still, all the way. That's right. Everybody in a westernized culture, when you stick their hand out, they're going to stick their hand out. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. The whole process starts from the reach to the touch. If, as I'm going here, this comes out of nowhere, I interrupt that pattern. And I'm not going to ask Patrick for that hand to float down any more than you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into a wonderful state of trance, all the way down. Deeper and deeper and deeper still. Now if you look at his eyes, you can see the frivollations, which is his little eyelid movements and things like that. Many different ways to do the handshake interrupt. It's a little bit more challenging in that there's a timing element, is that as he shakes the hand, look at your hand, as you look at your hand, going deeper and deeper and deeper still, all the way down. That's right. Deeper and deeper. So you can interrupt the process of the handshake and put them even deeper. And you just gently, it's just like any other kind of a pattern interrupt or any kind of confusion technique. The brain doesn't know what to do, so it either has to start from the beginning or follow the instruction that you give it. Then you just go, thank you, Bill. Come on out. So Kenrick Cleveland many times if there was, back when he was in his evil days, he would go, as a client was leaving the office or something like that, he would go, everything's going to be fine. Have a great day. And down they would go, happy as a clam. Lots of ways that you can inject that, but the handshake, and what I want you to do now is think of the handshake as an example of a hypnotic operator that is socially programmed into us. You go to anybody in this room, you extend the hand, they're going to automatically, it takes a great deal of willpower to not put your hand back out there. The whole idea is as you look at your hand, you shake, you come here, see? And there it is. And look at her. Right? And she's still, and you point at the hand, and you look at the hand, and you say, notice the shifting colors, notice the changing focus. And now what you don't feel or what you don't see is as I'm doing this, is I'm slowly, that's right. I'm not going to ask that hand to float down any more than you can go even deeper and deeper. Now, Fran, as you go deeper and deeper into trance and your unconscious mind begins to pay more and more attention, that's right. I'm not sure which of your hands is going to begin to float up with honest unconscious movements. Maybe it'll be your right hand floating up higher and higher, or your left hand floating up. And I'm not going to ask that hand to float up any faster. And you can go deeper and deeper into trance. Maybe it starts with a thumb. That's right. Letting one of those hands just begin to float. That's right. Maybe it's this hand. Or maybe it's this hand. Maybe it begins with a thumb movement, begins to float up higher and higher and higher still. Higher and higher with every breath. Every beat of your heart, it just floats up higher. Higher, guided by honest, unconscious movements. Higher and higher. That's right. Noticing how good you feel. That's right. Lifting, jerking, rising. Moving up all by itself. Higher and higher still. Now, Fran, as you continue to let that hand float higher and higher, I have a special gift for you, and I'm only going to ask that hand to rise only at the rate and speed that you really want it. Only at the rate and speed that you know it's going to be good. Only at the rate and speed. That's right. Oh, she really wants that now, doesn't she? That's called motivation. Now, Fran, because you've been such a good subject and we've played with hypnosis in all the right ways, lifting, jerking, rising, stronger and stronger. From this moment on, every time. Actually, there was a time in your life when you felt the most wonderful, naughty pleasure ever. That's right. Now, I'm not going to ask you what it was or where it was or who it was with, but it was fun. That's right. And so because it's in the privacy of your own mind and body, you can make it as big and bright and juicy as you want to make it. And I want you to, you don't have to point to it, but I want you to notice that there's a place in your body where that feeling starts. And there's a color connected to that feeling. And I want you to notice that color spinning in a certain direction. I want you to notice what happens when that color doubles in speed, doubles in force. That's right, doubles in magnitude, size, and strength. And maybe notice feelings getting stronger, I don't know. That's right. Now here's the best part. From this moment forward, every time you engage in a hypnotic process, whether as the subject or as the hypnotist, that rush of pleasure is going to come flooding into your mind and body each and every time you complete a process. Whoosh! Getting stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger, deeper and deeper. And what will happen is as that pleasure, as that joy, as that wonderful sensations get stronger and stronger, your body will start to secrete a very special substance known as oxytocin. And when oxytocin hits your system from that rush of pleasure, that's right, your body becomes very, very teachable. It begins to learn, really learn faster and faster and faster. new neurological connections, new associations, new ways of perceiving and believing, old ways of behaving, evolving and erasing, dissolving, becoming something better, something more useful. And that's going to happen for you each and every time you hypnotize somebody. Each and every time you get hypnotized, rush of pleasure, more learning, better skills. Life just gets better and better and better. And I'm not going to ask you to let that hand begin to drift down to your lap only at the rate and speed that every part of your body and mind accepts, implements, and puts those new suggestions and ideas and processes into permanent operation. Only at the rate and speed that every night while you sleep and while you dream, your brain makes all those processes 1,000 times stronger, or maybe even just doubling and tripling the size, strength, and intensity of those feelings with every breath, with every beat of your heart. Just let that hand float down, only at the rate and speed that every level of your body and mind is energized, synergized, harmonized, maximized in the direction of your highest joys and pleasures, and becoming more powerful, more confident, more effective, more filled with self-confidence and self-esteem at every level of your body and mind. Your unconscious mind in full agreement, ready, eager, and willing to implement all of these new learnings at the rate and speed that's most natural, most efficient for you. When your hand touches that lap, you'll emerge from this state completely transformed at every level of your body and mind. Eyes open, head clear, mind clear, thinking and acting. That's right, with calm self-assurance. Noticing how good you feel.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Careful, get that. All righty. So the Handshake Interrupt is a fun, it's good for parties. Takes a little bit of confidence because you got to go, hey, how you doing? Look at your hand. Notice how good that begins to move. Notice the shifting and turning. Close the eyes all the way down, deeper and deeper and deeper still. That's right. Now, Chris, everything you just heard me say to Fran, it's 100 times truer for you now. Now, in a moment, I'm not going to ask you to open your eyes and come back to the room only at the rate and speed that, well, you know you've got it, that your unconscious mind really wants and desires, and it's going to put all those suggestions into operation, noticing how good you feel at every level of your body and mind. She goes, yeah. That's it. Let those changes integrate, accelerate, rocketing through your mind and body and all. That's good. There you go. Woohoo! And just allow your eyes to open when you know you've got it. There you go. Woohoo! There's another campy happer. Now, what you've just seen is an example of one of my mentors, Mark Cunningham, called conditioning with pleasure. Remember, as Richard Bandler likes to say, you haven't tapped into 1/10 of the power and the pleasure and the capacities that your nervous system can create. Okay? Oxytocin-driven technique, pleasure-driven technique is extraordinarily powerful, creates very intense bonding between yourself and the subject, which is why a lot of psychotherapists are given very strict protocols for not doing certain things. However, in terms of creating leverage in the psyche of the client, it's amazingly powerful, amazingly useful. You just have to manage it well. But what we do with conditioning through pleasure is we set up, first of all, we find the most intense pleasure, and it doesn't have to be sexual, although many people go there. It doesn't have to be. It can be joy, it can be an emotional feeling of well-being, bliss, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter as long as it's something that's primal and drives, it really something the neurology wants more of. Does that make sense? That person wants more of. And what you want to do is you want to find the place where it's located. We call that somatic address. And we want to begin to amplify the pleasure. Then we want to link it to what we want to be reinforced and repeated. Right? Most of us don't feel enough pleasure on a regular basis. That's why most of us are neurotic. Okay? Ladies especially need this. Okay? When we get into more tangential subjects, we'll go deeper into things like hysteria and stuff like that. But as a rule, we need that oxytocin dump, and we need it on a regular basis, especially if we want to overwrite old neuroses, past programmings, and install better propulsion systems. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice the handshake technique. And you can do the handshake technique pretty much like I did it. You extend the hand. As they extend the hand, what I do is I actually do a little bit of what we call body shift. You'll actually see me go like this, right? You don't have to. You could go like that, but it's a little bit more awkward as far as I'm concerned. So what I do is as I reach, I come here, I look at the hand, and I say, look at your hand, and I point at their hand, and I keep, just like when we do the eye drop, or the eye shield in the 4 magic bullets, have them look at the eyes, have them notice the shifting colors, the lines, noting how it was into focus and out of focus. And what I like to do is I like to induce a little bit of a hand levitation. As I continue to circle it, I begin to lighten the pressure, but only at the rate and speed that their hand begins to hold the arm up. Because that's what will start to happen is as I go for this, which hand are you going to get? How do you shake hands when you're world? So I'm here, right? So I'm here. Boom, right? That's right. And so what happens is as he stares, he actually is holding his own hand up. You see that? And then I'll ask him to let that hand float down only at the rate and speed that his eyes can close. And that hand can float down. And he can go deeper and deeper and deeper into a wonderful, juicy state of trance. And then there was a feeling, Robert, that you've had, a really juicy, fun feeling that you want more of. Now, you've heard me give amazing suggestions to Fran, and you've heard me give even more amazing suggestions to Chris. Now, I don't know which part of your brain, which part of your unconscious mind wants that pleasure too. But you may begin to notice a sensation that you really like, getting stronger and stronger and stronger, welling up inside of you. That's right. Getting bigger and bigger. That's right. In fact, the more you try to slow it down, the stronger it gets. The more you try to speed it up, well, guess what happens? You may notice there's a color. You may notice it's spinning in a certain direction. You may notice what happens when it goes faster and faster, stronger and stronger. And as it spins faster and faster, stronger and stronger, you can hear all the words I've spoken, all the positive suggestions I've given, playing louder and louder, mixed in with all that pleasure, all that joy, all that drive. And when you know your unconscious mind has installed all of them at the very deepest level of your body and mind, and you know that every time you engage in a hypnotic process, either as the subject or as the hypnotist, boom, you're only going to get better. It's only going to get more juicy. It's only going to get stronger. You can explode out of trance with all that joy, all that pleasure, eyes open, head clear, mind clear, thinking and acting with calm self-assurance, feeling good all over, glad to be alive. Realizing you can do this easy. And in fact, the more you do it, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you do it. Yeah, baby. Well, you know you got it. Just open your eyes. Come on back. All right, so handshake interrupt, you can do it in terms of hand levitation. Another one that like you saw me do with Bill, and again, I'm not going to keep giving suggestions, but I can go like this. I can go, look here, blap, sleep, and all the way down. Lots of different ways to do that. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, okay? I can also, if I'm, one of the things that I can't remember exactly how, well, that's enough for now. There was another one that Erickson used to do, but I've only ever read about it. I've never actually done it. So let's work with the handshake. We're going to do, but we're also going to do one more induction, which is kind of fun. This is a confusion induction. Pam, come on up here, sweetie.